Alrighty, it looks like we're back. That's cool. And that means we have the chat line again. There we go. All right, we're back. Hooray for us. All right. And as you can see right there, we're still, you see it's still moving down. And we were getting a very lively conversation today. That's so sad. So sad. So anybody out there, obviously you're not hearing me, but you got to refresh. That's the only way to get this thing to go. Looks like it was accidental. Okay. Thank you. There we are. So, where we're at now. So, at this point, you can see that for a big guy, let's see, let's lower that volume a little bit. But you can see for big guy, it's still gliding down on the intraday basis itself. Matter of fact, if you were looking at it with the intraday on the S&Ps at the same time, like right there. You know, same situation. It's starting to do a little bottoming going on. Went into a sell here, and it's sliding, and then now it's starting to bottom out around there. So, but that's the action. Now, when it comes to the Aussie, I don't understand exactly what's going on with Aussie. We're not getting a lot of Aussie quotes. I don't understand that, but I can see it up on J4X. We got Aussie quotes going on, so that's a good thing. Right there, there's Aussie. Aussie's been bouncing up. This is what, a daily? This is the weekly. So it's been climbing. We stopped following the Aussie because we were having problems with the feed about a month ago, and I don't understand what the issue is. I'm getting everything else but that. Matter of fact, I'm not getting Aussie yen. I'm not getting Aussie Canadian. I'm not getting any of the Aussies anymore. I don't understand what malfunction has occurred there, but it's a classic as usual. You know, there's always some type of mechanical breakdown somewhere along the line. Let's see. And then let's go back to the euro again. We're going to stick the euro back up on the screen there in case you can see there now. And I readjusted the line to 786. That's my first. That's where I follow 7086 on the S&Ps, and then I go from there to the 16 and change. So I use 3 different charts there. So now where are we at here? Is anybody? I can hear me. I see 2 people are watching. So where do we go from here? I guess we can go over to, we can go back to looking at some of the products until someone jumps in and starts talking about different things again. Let's go over to right there. Yeah, see that? I'm not getting, I can't get an Aussie yen. Let me see if I can get an Aussie CAD. Aussie CAD. Let's see what happens there. There's Aussie CAD. Nothing there. Oh, no data. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I'm not going to fight it. So let's go to the, let's see, let's go to the Swiss. We'll go through the whole system until someone jumps in on the chat line. But we lost everybody. I'm so sad. We had Big Guy, and we had Slavia, and we had, who else? We had Metho in there. We had lots of bodies starting to come in, and all of a sudden, boom, crash amundo. The system crashed down because someone set it for 15 minutes on Dugoscopy, and now we're back in the saddle again. All right, let's go take a look at the Swiss. There's the Swiss, and you can see there, same gig, same thing going on. If I can find the mousey, there's the mousey. Let's do this. Let's see, move this over a little bit like that. There we are. And so let's move that and widen it so you can get a better flavor of it. You can see Swiss is trying to lift up against the dollar. You can see the line is trying to get to the 0. We got a green and a red. There's some pressure there. And then let's take a look at it on the daily here. There's the daily. And you can see it's also turned green with no red, of course. But the line is still minus. We need to see this line turn up on the daily the way it's starting to turn up here on Chicago Quant. Then let's drift over to, where are we going to go? Let's go to, let's put up the yen. The yen went into a daily sell yesterday. It's sitting there again. We got a volatility signal going on, but it's underneath the zero line. And we're in that weekly sell right there. So the yen is showing the pressure also. But pretty much with the Lunar New Year and the time of the year itself, you can see that sideways action. That's the natural way of a major currency in the Asian theater, you know. Let's see now. Ones that are floating, of course, you know, that are not tied to the dollar. I mean, everything's tied to the dollar if you're trading a dollar yen or a dollar Aussie or a dollar Swiss or a dollar. That's connected. They're balancing each other, but not when they just have a fixed and they don't float. Currencies, I only like currencies that float, have an ability to float. If you don't float, you drown. All right, and then from the yen there, you know, same situation with all that selling going on slow and softly. And then from there, we'll just take a quick look on the weekly. I'm sure it's just red, red, and red. You'll see a nice big dive down of red and weeks after weeks, just matching up to our sell side right there. Then from there, I wonder if we could change that color. Maybe we should change it to like the pink, like mine, right there. From there, we go over to the Turkish lira to see what they're doing. Maybe they made another all-time high. Hard to say. It's been very, very close the last couple days. Euro Turkish lira has been right in the all-time arena area. It looks like it's trying to do it again. That's the weekly, so it's saying basically we've made some type of. Oh, okay. There's the all-time high of, what is that? That is 2069, and we've been trading at like 2055. You know, it's been just on the edge. Let's put it up on Chicago Quant. All right, there you go. There, no, down. Yesterday was the big day. Still in the buy though, and still in that long weekly buy action right there. So, not too crazy, not too wild, just what it is. There was that volatility last week. Last Friday they had wild trading, I guess, towards the end of the day. So we'll keep an eye on it. I might look at that at like 5 o'clock tonight, or at least 4 o'clock. But I will definitely look at it to see if they done another crazy Friday where they just push it out of nowhere. All right, and then from there we go over to the Canadian, where we look at the Canadian and the oil market. So let's go to the oil market. There, and we'll put oil in there. And we'll use Brent for the heck of it. You can see Brent's been trying to lift up. You see that strength. So, of course, we're seeing Canadian move down. In other words, when oil prices go up in value, Canadian goes down and it's gaining. Remember, when it's going down, it's gaining against the dollar because it's less Canadians to the dollar. Not more. When it's more Canadians to the dollar, then you have to have more Canadians in your pocket to buy something. When it's less, you have to have less Canadians in your pocket to buy something. So that's a good thing. Remember, it means that your currency gains in value. Now, brown cow, we go over to the South African rand, which has been really a irritating situation with that political stuff. And let's put the gold in there. There's gold. Gold is down from yesterday still. You know, I think it might have closed at 28. It could actually be up for the day. You know, like a couple dollars. Let's put it up over here. Let's see what dollar looks like. Gold looks like over here. Look at that action in the euro. Boy, it looks parked like it's. Oh, there you go. It's just moved again. So they've kind of parked it right there. It doesn't seem to want to break that area. Now there's March oil. You can see oil gaining in value again today. So that makes sense why we're seeing. What is that? No, that's oil. I want to see gold. There's gold. And gold is maybe up a little bit from yesterday's close at 29.70, trading at 31. It's up a little over $2. Still in the sell. Weekly doesn't look like it's going to be damaged in any way right there. And you can see same situation here. We're at the top end of its range. And that's probably why we're seeing that pressure right there. Let's see what the weekly. The weekly is going to be green, 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 green. There's the weekly. And it is green, 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 green. Just like here on Chicago Quant. It's been in that buy since the end of October. It's just been showing constant buying going on. Now, let's go over to. Let's see, where do we go from there? Let's go to the South African Rand. Now that we have gold up there. And it's right there. And it's higher today than it was yesterday, but it's a little bit lower from the highs of today. And you can see right there, we are flirting with a daily sell again. As a matter of fact, it's a couple of days now. Let's widen that out so you can see that. It's not that. There we are. Style. Let's make this really thick. Like that, you can see it. And then, let's make this a little bit thinner because it looks a little too thick. That's better. And same thing with the green line. There we are. So what you see here is, it went into a sell right here. There was a red green here. I'm starting to let red greens be just very short term. In other words, just hesitate. Let the next trading day start and then put it in there. And in this case here, you can see, is that a plus or a minus? That is a plus. So it gets back into the buy there yesterday. Right there. And now it's trying to go right back into the sell again. But it is higher, so. And let's put that zero line in the right spot, like so. And just tighten it up. It looks like it will close in a weekly buy today. Especially with it trying to lift up. So. Again, it just shows you, I mean, gold is acting pretty well. And the currency is acting pretty bad. Only way to describe it that way. And I guess, they're in that tangled situation. And they probably don't know what to do. I mean, the president is taking cash on the side. They've caught him taking at least $500,000 in cash in one pile alone. So how many millions more is he taking? We have no idea. And at the same time, the currency now is stuck, and it's not following the metals complex whatsoever. And it's like, wow, that really hurts, because when we go and look at the gold itself, where is that at, Mr. Mouse? There you are. When you go look at the gold itself, I mean, it's in an upwardly trend until just a day ago. And it's still, it's just a short-term profit taking going on. And when we go and look at some of the back months, just looking at the April contract right here, there's the April contract, which is going to become the front month on Monday. You can see it's trading, it was trading up in the 1950, the high now is like 1966. So there's a contango going on. Matter of fact, we go back a full year, and gold is even higher. It's over $2,000 an ounce. Let me just take a look real quick of where that's at. Let's go back and look at the back month. Right. Where is it at? Right there. There we go. And let's look at the futures contracts. I'll give it to you on a verbal. I mean, I can show it to you physically too. And yeah, let's just bring this over. And you can see it right there. I mean, you're looking at, in this case here, this is, we're looking at February trading at $1,930.60 right now. And then when we go look at February of 24, it's trading $100 higher. Right there at $2,030. And when we go look at it 2 years out, where's that 2 years out? Be 25, right? Yeah, February 25. Where's the they're not following the February at that point. There's February 24. And there's, I guess what we want is like January of 26. There is no Jan 26. December of 20, it's $2,142 in the December contract. So, you know, there's a contango going on. They're not comfortable with gold being, you know, undervalued, way out. And I guess you could say basically when it's not deliverable, gold is trading at the right price, you know. And that's something, you know, we've never really talked about that until recently when I put the next contract in and realized how much stronger the back months are now. The contango on the back side of this is something. Matter of fact, you know, why don't we label this webinar about that? Because, you know, it's a confused webinar. We had it for 15 minutes, then the system turned off, and now we're running for 26 minutes with no problem. So I guess what it really comes down to is that or 16 minutes. We're past the 15-minute mark, so it's not going to turn off in 15. But the back months of gold and silver, well, gold in particular. As a matter of fact, we should do is we should go do that again with silver and see what they're doing with the silver contract. Are they doing the same exact thing? Let's take a look and see. I would imagine so. You know, it would mess the arbitrage up if they didn't. Yeah, so if you're really looking for like $26 silver, they're saying, you know, let's see where we're at now. We're watching the March contract, and so the March contract a year from now is at 25.17, so it's $1.50 higher. And if we look at March 20, there is no March of 24, but there's a what would be is March 20. There's March 24, 25.17. So March 25. There is no March, but there is a July. And that's trading at $26. So the back months, since they can't be exercised until, you know, a couple years out, they're trading at the right price. And so basically the futures contracts are telling us that the spot month is undeliverable, or it would be trading at the same price as what they think it'll be in the future. And that's something that really we don't talk about around here. And that's interesting. Very interesting. Matter of fact, I'm wondering what they're doing with copper. I guess copper is the same way. There is copper. So copper, we're watching the February contract at 426. And if you go to February of 24, it's trading at the same price, maybe a couple pennies off. That's it, not dollars. And then if you go back into February of 25, and let's see, what do we have in 25? February of 25. There's January 25. They're not even showing a quote yet on that. March of 25, they're showing it's discounted. It's actually discounted. So something that is deliverable is not having the contango. Matter of fact, I wonder what platinum looks like. Is it at $2,000? Let's go to the platinum contract and just take a look at that. There's platinum. And it only goes to April of 24. No, they don't even have a contract for it. It's all the same price because it's pretty easy. I guess it's easy to take delivery of platinum. Because they're all, you know, they're not contangoed so deeply. I mean, right now we're looking at I think it's the April contract we look at. It's at 10.15, down $7. What's kind of curious is that the March and February contracts are trading much lower. Matter of fact, there's not even a trade in them. That's from yesterday, I guess, and there's no volume in them either. So, but then when we go to April of next year, there's no trade in that. But January there is. It's only $15 over where it's at now. I'm sorry, $25. That's not too bad compared to what they're doing with gold over 100. So it really does make it very clear that the back months in silver and gold are predicting or are projecting, not predicting, they're projecting the price that we all think they should be at right now at all-time highs. And that makes more sense because, sometimes, the fundamentals versus the technicals and, just the whole confusion of it all really makes it even more irritating than anything else. It really does. All right, traders, let's do this. Let's jump over to, let's see, we'll just take a quick look at the stock indices, and then we'll call it a day. We lost 15 minutes in there somewhere from the situation. You can see here the S&P 500 looks like it will have no problem closing in a weekly buy again. Look at that up there, unless they crush it. And they're not going to crush it. And we talked about it at the beginning of the week that there was talk that there was $13 billion worth of stock that on the trading desk just at Goldman. So if it was $13 billion in Goldman, who knows where else it was too. And you can see here NASDAQ 100 having no problem, staying way up. And it's going to be up for the week. It closed at 11,677 on Friday of last week, and now it's trading at what was that again? 11,677, and it's trading 370 points higher. So 300, yeah, 6, 7. So it's 330, 327, and so about almost 370 points higher over the week. So it's been a very good gain. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It should be in the plus by now. Right there. It did slip into some type of confusion. You can see there. Let me just double check the contract itself chart. Make sure that I'm going to go to the exchange because it has that look like. What I'm going to do? I'm going to do a refresh. Maybe it'll straighten it out. Yeah, that's better. There we are. That makes more sense. And so we went into the buy there on, what was that? Monday. There it is right there. All right, traders. Let's hope we don't get disrupted. It just happens that way sometimes. It wasn't a technical quench here. It was something going on in Rega or something like that. So we will catch you all Monday. Everybody have a safe and a smart weekend. And happy trails to you until we meet again, which will be Monday. Happy trails to you, to all our big trading friends, Big Guy and Metho and Slavia and Robin and Janos, and we just keep on rolling along. George and just everybody and the host of Dukascopy. Ta-ta for now.